It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, and I'm showcasing y'all volume 2 on my Kozmo deck profile. I last updated this deck in December 2016, then I sold the cards, so I had to slowly collect the deck. And I know that a lot of people actually asked, me to showcase a Kozmo build, and I kept saying, hey man, I don't have the cards, I got you. So you guys already know I show love. I go out of my way to get decks for y'all. Like, I hope you guys understand that. Like last year, I spent over $1,000 just buying decks that you guys asked me to showcase to you, and it was decks that some of them I never even wanted to use, but I built them just because you asked me. So like, that's just another thing that I show a lot of love. I go out of my way to do stuff for you guys to prove to you that I am loyal just like you are loyal. And this is my my Kozmo pure build. The last build I showcased you guys was Dark Planet, which was lit. And again, the title of the video is Kozmos Are Back. Look it up on YouTube. You'll find that original build, and this is volume 2 of that. So this is a continuation of that video. So be sure that when you're done watching this, look up Kozmos Are Back, and you'll see Team King of Games on it, of course. So without further ado, bam, we're rocking triple win can. Bring my camera a little closer.
I'll bring him out.
All right, there we go. So we're rocking triple win can. This is the tits right here. I really think this guy's just like a trash can, because you see Starman, he's just kind of like, let me throw you some trash, and he's like, hold up, stop, no. But triple win can. This guy is the most broken pilot, simply because he's a level 1. He's a pilot that can tag into any pilot or any ship. No other pilot can do what Tin Can does, and he also searches and loads your grave up at the same time for Dark Eclipser food. If you're playing Dark Planet food, and Call the Haunted food. And he brings back, you can send your Dark Destroyer and bring it back off Call the Haunted. So I think Win Can is just so clutch, incredible. This guy is awesome. Most of the time, this is what your combos revolve around, to make sure that you have a ship on board, a pilot on board, and a ship in hand if you need to tag out. So triple Tin Can, which I call Win Can. Triple Strawman, aka Stratos Man. You guys know how I love to nickname my cards. This guy is one of the most broken pilots. The interactions you get with this guy are just so insane. He's Stratos Man to me because I can use him on my Dark Eclipser, special summon Dark Eclipser. He dies, I can search for any Kozmo during the end phase because he'll be destroyed by the restriction of Strawman. Stratos Man. I really love this guy a lot. And I think these guys go hand in hand, because Strawman's trying to throw trash in him, and he's like, nah, bro, don't disrespect me like that. But triple Stratos Man, he is by far my actual favorite pilot. Win Can is the most broken, hands down. But Stratos Man is actually my favorite pilot. I just love the late game synergy you get from him to grind it out, especially when you burn out of resources and everything you have is in your banish zone. And sometimes Kozmo Town just doesn't add back enough, so you use your Stratos Man. And I also play 2 copies of Farm Girl, and this is aka there's a character off of Star Wars. Oh yes, we're gonna call her Princess Leia. So 2 copies of Princess Leia. I just think she's really lit. The OTK is still live with her, especially having a Dark Destroyer in your main deck or in your hand. The OTK is still live. Farm Girl puts that pressure. Princess Leia puts that pressure on the board. Really, really clutch. Helps you go into rank 3s. Rank 3s are actually what I do the most in this deck. We also play 2 copies of Stormtroopers, which are the clone troopers. You feel me? This guy's really lit. I like the interactions that you get with him as well. The cool thing with the deck, with Kozmos, is the combos are infinite. You might as well just call Kozmos combos. This guy's just so savage. Like, you can combo off so extremely heavily with your pilots alone, and your big ships are just pluses. Like, they're just boss monsters to make sure that your opponent can't target, and if they try to out them, they float. And I really do like the latter, how you go from a smaller ship, from a smaller pilot to a bigger pilot, and then even to a big ship, and then the big ships like go down the ladder. So you go up the ladder when you're tagging out, and when your ships die, you go down the ladder, level lower and level higher. Like, if I'm explaining myself, the pilot special summon a level higher, any level higher from the hand, and the big ships always special summon a level lower from them. So it's really cool. Like, you just go up and down the ladder. I am playing 1 copy of Luke Skywalker. There should actually be a Darth Vader in here. Not a Darth Vader, I'm sorry, Darth Maul, which is Wicked Witch, and I call her Darth Maul because she looks like it, and she has the lightsaber. It's really cool. But I cannot find my Wicked Witch, so don't think that I'm not playing her because she's a bad card. I just don't know where my Wicked Witch is, but I'm going to find her and put her in this deck. So this should be a Wicked Witch, or if I choose to, I'm going to run 1 Luke Skywalker and 1 copy of Darth Maul. But there should be a Wicked Witch here, or even 2. You can get away with 2. And the last of the pilots is obviously the most broken one, Darth Vader. Just so clutch. Darth Vader is lit. Like, it's just so good. Like, every single turn negate, and it being a pilot that tags into other ships is just really, really cool. And how you can float down from a Dark Destroyer or a Forerunner or even a Landwalker, for example, into your Dark Lady, which is really cool, and you could just still play on your opponent's turn. Like, you can actually have Dank Eclipser and Dark Lady negating monsters and traps. It's really, really cool. I like it a lot. And we're moving forward to the big ships. I actually played 3 copies of Forerunner. Now, Forerunner is just so broken. I really love what this card does, especially because I pay so many life points, not just with my own Kozmos effects, but also with my Solemns. You know, I play Strikes and I play Warning. So I lose a lot of life points. So this is one of my big recovery plays, and he's also one of my main ships, and he's untargetable, so it's really, really cool. And this deck has a great matchup against True Dracos, because all of their outs, all their removal targets first and then destroys. And since the big ships can be targeted, you actually can't even use, you know, the trap. You can't use Masterpiece. What they can do is attack over the big ships if they have the firepower to do so. And what happens after that is you just summon another one. So it's really, really cool. I think Kozmos have a great True Draco matchup. I really think so. And then we're also playing 3 copies of Slip Rider. This card is really, really clutch. This is how you make your rank 5s. It also just outs back rows. Most of the time when you go into Slip Rider, you can already assume that Strike is gone or Warning is gone. Because if they had the Strike or the Warning, they obviously would have used it on your pilot and not let you get into your ship. Because what's the point of striking or warning Slip Rider if he's just going to special summon another pilot from your deck? So obviously when you summon Slip Rider, you're going to be popping things like Mirror Forces or just field spells like a Dragonic Diagram or random back rolls like that. Really, really clutch. And even if you pop like a True Draco trap, for example, True King's Return, and it goes to the grave, if it pops him, he's just going to bring out something else. So I really do love the Slip Rider and the rank 5 plays that you get access to through him. And the rank 7 plays that you get access to through the Forerunner. I play 3 Forerunner. It's just my firm belief. I play 1 Landwalker. There are 2 incredibly good reasons for playing this guy. 1, he's a level 6. So when you go from Dark Destroyer, you can go Dark Destroyer into Forerunner, Forerunner into Landwalker, then Landwalker into Slip Rider. It just helps you to float if your opponent's trying to OTK you or outgrind you. If he has a lot of monsters and he's trying to, you know, attack you directly, you can just keep floating. So this gives you an additional float, because normally without Landwalker in the deck, you go Destroyer into Forerunner, because it has to be a level lower, and Forerunner goes straight to Slip Rider, and after that you have to go into a pilot. What Landwalker does is make sure that your opponent has to go through 4 big ships before he can get to your pilot. If I'm explaining myself, every time they die, you summon a level lower. So that's the main reason for playing Landwalker. And also the other reason is the skill for interaction you get, where instead of your opponent popping one of your Kozmos with Masterpiece, you force him to pop your Cosmo Town and force him to give you a search. So Landwalker is incredibly powerful with Cosmo Town, but my main reason for playing it is that it's a level 6. And that's very important because the big ships float into lower levels. 1 Dank Destroyer. This guy still has a secret plan to destroy Konami for putting him at 1. Y'all staying tuned for that. I believe that Dark Planet is like the Death Star from from Star Wars, like the OG Star Wars. Like when they had the Death Star and like Darth Vader was running everything. Really, really cool. I love how the Kozmos, they just remind me of the Star Wars anime. Not the Star Wars anime, just the Star Wars theme. Like, it's a really cool deck. I just like how there's theme decks like, you know, Burning Abysses or like Dante's Inferno. There are certain decks that are based off of movies we've seen, and this is a deck that reminds me of Star Wars. I played the 1 Dank Eclipser. This actually should be at 2. When I picked up all my Cosmos stuff, I was not able to get a second. The main reason for me having a second, not only to have another big 3000 beater that can be targeted, but also is because if I have 2 Dark Eclipsers, I can overlay both of them into True King of all calamities, which is really, really cool that this deck can have access to such a huge boss monster. And that is it for the big ships. We play about 9 big ships and I believe 11 pilots, if I'm not mistaken. And the final monsters I play are actually 3 artifact sites. I call this guy Grim Reaper. This is such a beast for Link format, because if you're not playing True Dracos, you're playing Links. You're playing Link monsters and you're spamming from your extra deck. Even if you're not playing XYZs or Synchros, Link monsters still come from the extra deck. So having your Grim Reaper live, whether it's through a Sanctum or if it's through a Slip Rider pop, or even your True Draco matchup, because True Dracos pop your back row with their spells and they tribute it. And because artifacts are not very popular and are not being played heavily, like, they're just going to underestimate it. They're going to pop your Sanctum. Sanctum is going to be chained to summon your Grim Reaper, and then Sanctum's effect will activate to pop another card, so you just get double value out of your Sanctum. Or if your site that your Grim Reaper is set in your spell or trap zone, he immediately gets summoned. It's just really, really cool, and he helps you to spam more rank 5s. I just love triple Grim Reaper. This is the only artifact that I play in the main deck. And then for spells, we play triple Combo Town. This is just such a clutch field spell. It's so broken. I love what it does, and you always get good value out of this. And it also fixes your hand sometimes, because you do have those hands where you draw one too many big ships or one too many little pilots. I do play one Monarch Stormforth and one E-Telly to sum up the spells. E-Telly's kind of staple. The Stormforth is really cool because their hands sometimes when you have a Grim Reaper or Artifact Scythe, which you guys call it, or you have a Landwalker, or you have a Slick Rider, or you have a Dark Lady, and you don't have a pilot to normal summon. So you can activate Stormforth, tribute your opponent's monster, and normal summon your Dark Lady, or you can, you know, normal summon Scythe. It just helps you to get over stuff. It's really, really cool. You don't have to play it, but it's nice to have, and you never really go into the extra deck anyways. So I do love Stormforth. It's really, really cool. Moving forward to the traps. There's a lot of traps in this deck. Kozmos is an OTK based deck, but I believe firmly in controlling what my opponent does on his turn. So that way when I go for my push, his board is wide open for damage. So we're playing, of course, triple Solemn Strike and a Warning. We're also playing triple Dimensional Barrier. Some people think this card is bad. It's still going to be incredible even moving forward now that we are in Link format. It's bad against True Dracos, but it's good against everything else, even Links. Because some people may summon a Decode Talker. All they're going to do is use Decode Talker or whatever his name is so that they can spam more than one XYZ or more than one Synchro. Now the funny thing is when they Link summon for the Decode Talker and then try to, you know, XYZ or Synchro, you chain and call Dimensional Barrier, and then what happens is they make the Decode Talker for nothing, and he's just a 2300 body that you're going to pop or attack over. So Dimensional Barrier is clutch. And of course when you're playing True Dracos, you just call Masterpiece. They can't summon him. Nah, not really. But we're playing 6 barriers because we're also playing 3 Sanctums. And this, I believe this is like a lose one turn, a whole entire turn for certain decks that are extra deck reliant, because there are going to be a lot of Link related decks, especially like Firewall Dragon Turbo. If you're playing Firewall Dragon Turbo, when that card comes out, Sanctum is going to win your games. Like Sanctum's just going to win games all by itself. Dimensional Barrier won't be so good, but just having, you know, the 6 copies of Barrier, and this is a much more versatile Barrier, I love it. A triple Sanctum, absolutely, hands down. We're also playing 3 copies of Call the Haunted, so you actually play 9 barriers. Because you can activate Call the Haunted, special summon your Grim Reaper from the graveyard, which is right... Where's my boy at? Right here on your opponent's turn, his effect activates, no extra deck. Really cool. Obviously, True Dracos, they don't get hurt by it, but still, True Dracos is not the only deck that exists in the world. 1 Cosmojo, this actually should be at 2 or 3. I was only able to pick up 1. If I had 3, I would be playing this card at 3 because it's so clutch, it doesn't target and it doesn't destroy. I love it. And it also combos off on your turn to make your tin can on the end phase. And 1 Torrential Tribute to wipe the board and special summon smaller ships. Really, really cool. But that is the trap lineup. I believe it is 15 if I'm not mistaken. And moving forward to the extra deck where the sauce is, we play 1 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. This is for the combo where you basically, it's a really cool combo. I showcased it in my last build of Kozmos, the video I told you guys about, where you summon Absolute Dragon and you have Dark Destroyer. Obviously, you search it off Farm Girl. So you attack with Absolute Dragon. Then you chain, use Farm Girl's effect, special summon Dark Destroyer. Instead of using Destroyer to pop itself, you pop Absolute. Absolute's effect activates, special summon Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. Vortex bounces a monster they had. Then you attack with Dark Destroyer and you attack with Odd Eyes Vortex. It's a really awesome and funny combo. It's so cool. And since the extra deck has so much free space, you have a lot of room for creativity and innovation. You guys don't have to play it, but it's an awesome combo and it throws people off all the time. Because then they're like, okay, well, are you playing Pendulums? And then for the rest of the rank 7s, which I do spam out a lot because I play 3 Forerunner and I spam them out, recycle them through Cosmotown, bring them back out. The standard, you know, generic rank 7s. And then for the rank 5s, I play 1 Durandal, 1 Pleiades, and 1 Volcasaurus. What I am missing in this extra deck is in Cyber Dragon Nova and Cyber Dragon Infinity. But these are the rank 5s I have. Until I get my Infinity, I'm just going to add it in because the extra deck is actually... I have free space for 4 slots, which I'm going to put the Infinity and the Nova, and I'm going to put True King of All Calamities, and I may put another random rank 3, like a generic. And finally, for the rank 3s, which I spam out a lot, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to put 2 Levier the Sea Dragons in the extra deck. So what the extra deck is missing is 1 Levier, 1 True King of All Calamities, and Nova and Infinity. It's 11 cards in the extra deck right now. But double Break Sword, because he's so good, helps you play through your opponent's boards. And also Levier for the Cosmos Sword Troopers combos. The combos are so lit. Like, Sword Troopers is a beast. You guys have to respect Sword Troopers. He's just really lit. But yeah, that's it for the deck profile, you guys. And Cosmos are back indeed. Y'all, like, this is a great contender for Link format. not only is it basically it can play with its main deck without relying on the extra deck, so we ignore links, but your big ships can't be targeted. So True Dracos, they have to attack over them, and Masterpiece is going to need the assistance from either Dragonic Diagram or True Draco Apocalypse to be able to attack over anything. And if you can't access that card, if I Slip Rider you, it's going to be some problems. And everything floats, so your grind game is there. It's just really, really clutch. I love this deck. And Monarch Stormforth is a really cool way to out Masterpiece, because if they tribute a monster in a trap, obviously he's still affected by spells, so you just tribute him, normal summon. It's just really cool. I love the deck. Tell me guys what you guys, tell me your honest opinion and feedback on how you think the deck functions, if you think that this is a great contender for Link format. And I know that I am missing like one more Mojo and one more Dark Eclipser, but other than that, my deck is complete, and I'm probably gonna upgrade it in the future, of course, and update it for you guys. But God bless y'all. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. Carthage. Peace.